Hi, kids! Victorious puppies! This team is ruining my life! Why do I watch hockey? Stress relief! We can, and we will! Where are you spending the bye week there, boys? Where are you going, the All-Star game? Hey, that's all offense, no defense. You should feel right at home. I was reading there a bunch of the guys are gonna go down there and play golf. Hey, that sounds like fun. Don't know why you're wasting your time playing golf in January. You'll have plenty of time in April. All-Star game, Augusta golfing, whatever any member of the Toronto Maple Leafs is doing on this bye week, on this All-Star break, you show up back in Toronto one day early. You owe us a day. You owe everybody a day. Well, you know, I was gonna go golfing for 5 days. Delete, 4. I'll say the score. I don't gotta waste the time at the intro. What for? What for? We didn't get an intro last night either. I see all the fingers pointing. Freddie. It was Freddie. He was awful in this game, but the team didn't show up. Nobody showed up. Not a single member. Leafs lose 6-2 to the Chicago Blackhawks. There it is. Now can I continue? Don't know what it is about the Chicago Blackhawks, especially in the first period, that turns the Leafs into the expansion Capitals or expansion Thrashers. Definitely not the expansion Vegas Golden Knights. I tweeted this last night. If you have a stay-at-home defenseman who isn't good in their own zone, you have a stay-at-home defenseman. Screw plus minus as a stat, but screw Martin Marinsson's performance in this game even harder. You shouldn't even be able to collect a paycheck for that game. I get this guy's role. I get what he can do. He had to be extended now. You can't find 1,000 Martin Marinssons in the summer. Oh, a fringe NHL 7th defenseman. Wherever are we going to find one? Started the whole game off terrible. Gives the puck away in the corner. About 10 seconds in, the Blackhawks keep possession because, as I stated, he gave it away. And then Drake Caggiula scores this ridiculous goal because Freddie doesn't even know whether to look left or right. Marinsson's played 17 games this season, not a single point. You gotta lock that down. You gotta lock it down. You can't find that kind of value anywhere else. And he was not even who that tweet was about. Because Timothy Liljegren, he's the 1,000th player to ever wear a Leafs uniform in an NHL game. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so cool? That's great. Well, how about in a game the Leafs are losing from the beginning? They have Cody Ceci out there all the time. It wasn't until the third that we really saw a Barry Ceci, which, holy smokes, that's the fail-safe. And then we saw Liljegren, Sandin, who played well together, I thought, in a game where all you're doing is trying to score and it's over. Now, Ceci was only -1 in this game, and in a third pair role, as I've stated before, I don't dislike him as much. But if your team is down by 2 or more goals and his skate blade touches the ice, you're not doing your job properly. First game of the season, he had nothing. Second game of the season, he had a goal. Third game, assist. Fourth game, assist. Skipped a couple, and then seventh game, he had an assist. He had 4 points in his first 7 games as a Leaf. That was October 15th. His next point, forget goals, he didn't have any more of those. His next point was December 4th. And he had a decent little Western road trip. He had another 3 points in 4 games there, which means December 12th was his last point. He has 7 points. 7. No, I don't think it's smart to have a baptism by fire for either Rasmus Sandin or Timothy Liljegren, but how on earth are you not playing them more going forward? You have to. You have no choice. You're shorthanded. Muzzin, it sounds like, might be back after the All-Star game. Who knows? Who knows? Riley's going to be out another 6 weeks after all that. And those two, Maron, are not good enough. They're barely NHL players. Ooh, here's a question. What do you believe is the reason for the inconsistency this year? Just new coaching troubles, or does it go deeper than that? Listen, I'm not a doctor, but I know the symptoms. Blue and white disease, baby. Blue and white disease. You know, it's not even the worst thing for these guys to stink for a bit. It's really not. They need to be mad. They need to play with a chip on their shoulder that they created. Babs is gone. What's your excuse? Oh, the injuries. Well, that is true. They did have injury. Hey, Pittsburgh! Feel bad for these guys. They have injuries. Well, it's hard to win when you lose a bunch of guys. Well, that's true. It is hard to... Hey, Columbus! Come here, give the Leafs a hug. Oh, wait. You're too busy being in a playoff spot? Are you serious, Columbus? Is it a playoff spot? Oh, because they have this amazing backup goalie that they just found? They just found a backup goalie? How nice of you that you could just find those? What's your thoughts on Keefe's comments about the group being immature in Florida and now last night? Think they pull the reins back Lamoriello style? First of all, Sheldon Keefe is exactly right. They do. They play like an immature team defensively. That first little bit under Keefe, they were taking care of the puck so well. And every game, it felt like they had a diligent attention to detail that was like a playoff game. Those games meant something to them. Those games were them proving a point. It wasn't us. That was the problem. We'll figure this out. And now it's January. Ho-hum. We're bored. Dog days of the season, and we got nothing to prove, and these games mean nothing to us. Where do you want to go golfing? You want to go golfing? Let's go golfing. Let's leave a day early. We'll just leave early. Yeah, we'll leave early. We'll just put a scarecrow in a Leaf uniform, and they won't even notice. Why do I care so much? Because you're a good person who believes the best in people, and a little part of you still believes in miracles. And I was about to say, stop that, because they never happen, and then I remembered those wretched St. Louis Blues and those wretched Washington Capitals. Have you seen the last 2 Stanley Cup finals? Damn you so much for giving us hope. You're the worst. You're the absolute worst. What have you ever done for us? Nothing. Should they make a trade? Well, certainly not before locking up Martin Marincin. They do gotta do something. It's clear Freddie needs rest. The 4th goal, Maroon. Listen, part of the reason that I was so excited about this regime and the analytics and everything and all the scouting staff and their ability to think outside of the box. It's so concerning to me that the only name we have is Georgiev. It's concerning to me. There should be an outside of the box mentality. Get creative. He's the only name? The only one? And what, it's gonna take Kapanen to get it done and even that might not be enough? No! What? It's supposed to be legal here, not there. You don't have it yet. Do you? I can never tell. It's state by state. I'd kill for a trade on defense, but I'm not expecting a miracle like Cody Ceci getting traded. And yes, we're gonna have a referendum on Cody Ceci. Methinks the GM doth protest too much. At least Kane didn't get his 1,000th point. Good. Maybe this is too harsh, Steve, but do you think they have a much-needed break now or an undeserved break? In the most Toronto Maple Leafs fashion ever, yes. Steve, he gave you 2 options. I said what I said! Yes, I have a question. What is LFR? It's a video series called Leafs Fan Reaction where the team in your avatar makes me cry. What does this mean for the All-Star game? It means I get to fly to St. Louis mad. And by the way, I'm going to St. Louis. If you're going to the All-Star game, hey, maybe I'll see you there. Actually, I think I'm going to be on the bench for the skills comp. Did you see Wes McCauley making the Kachuk brothers face off at center ice? He did? Wes McCauley's the best! Shut up! How's the coffee? You're pushing your luck, Daniel! Is Anderson's 5-hole injured? Don't make me answer that out loud. Hug? No! Thank you. Oh my God, what happened? Thanks for being a friend. Well. Man, I set my alarm for this. Oh boy. Oh boy. They're in trouble. They go into the All-Star break. That win streak is well in the past. They're now on a pretty decent little losing streak that was broken by 1 win. Wow. And they're out of a playoff spot. Stop moving the goalposts for these guys. If you move the goalposts for them, they will miss the playoffs. And the way they play, if they make the playoffs, they're probably going to get killed. It's not a great place to be, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have to come back after this break as a different team. Or they're cooked. Makes it real easy on all of us. So, once again, I'm taking a break from the Leafs as of now. Thank goodness. I'm going to St. Louis for the All-Star game. I'm going to be there. I hope you are there as well, and I get to see you. Wouldn't that be fun? That sounds like fun. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for the All-Star game. That should be cool. And, hey, book tour signings. Book tour. There you go. That's how you say it. I plan on having a bunch of book dates coming up in February and March. I'm working on a bunch. There are a bunch that are very close to being confirmed. There are 2 that are confirmed. One is Waterloo on Saturday, February 29th. That's going to be at the Indigo at the Conestoga Mall. And March 21st in Windsor. Windsor. So anyone from the Windsor surrounding area or whatever, Michigan, I would love to see you there. It's a very long journey for me, so please show up. I mean, or you could be like the Leafs and let me down. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends to enjoy the break. But what about this? What about... enjoy it. Trust me, you won't regret it. Think of how stressed you are now. Imagine how stressed you're going to be in April. Oh yeah, take the break.